What's up, guys? Now in today's video, we're going to be applying a Poppy's Patina Wipe On Clear Coat to this 1959 Chevy El Camino. That's right, 1959 Chevy El Camino with this really cool patina that we're going to protect and coat with a Poppy's Patina Wipe On Clear Coat. Now, if you guys have been following along, you know that we've done a lot of work to this car. Completely overhauled the chassis, all new components under there, freshened up motor and transmission. Nearly everything underneath is new, but the paint job is far from new. And instead of doing all the body work and paint to get this thing right, we're going to use a wipe-on clear coat over this patina. Now, this is the gloss clear coat, so it should come out pretty shiny. Let's take a quick moment to walk around and look at this. Most of this has been washed, cleaned, and smoothed out already, but there's some areas that are beyond washing and cleaning. You know, a lot of this cracking and flaking. I've already washed this thoroughly with a Comet, and then I went over the whole thing with a Scotch-Brite pad, and you still got these areas that are really rough. And I'm not really sure what to do. I guess most of this, it should go on fairly easy, but when we come to sections like this, I guess I'm just gonna slather it up and see how that works. I might have to do a second coat to really get the look that I want. But some of these areas, like, you know, this is gonna be pretty rough. I'm not sure how well it's gonna work. It says it encapsulates the rust, you know, once we've gotten all the loose stuff off. But I still have to go and tape all the chrome and the glass just to make the application a little cleaner and neater. And then we're going to wipe the whole thing down with their wax and grease remover, getting every last little bit of debris and contaminants off this so we get a good adhesion. And with the kit, they supply the applicator pads and these rags to do the work. They suggest blowing these out, which I've already done, getting all the little debris off of them, trying to keep everything as clean as possible. But I think it's really going to make this car look good. So what I got to do next is get the masking tape out and just tape everything up. Now, most of the trim's already removed off this car, so that should make it a little easier. Just have to tape off like the lights and a few things here and there. So I'm going to get started doing that. Alright, I got it mostly taped off. There's a few portions that I didn't get taped, but I'm just going to be careful with it, hoping not to drip it everywhere. But the most important parts got taped off, and like I said, I'll just be careful around the glass. And I do think I'm going to skip putting it on this part, just because that would require so much more taping. I'm running out of time. I only got a little bit of time to do this. But all down here, most of the trim is gone, like I was saying earlier, so that helps with the taping. Got those tail lights and around the emblem and what have you, bumper area all taped. Alright, so now I think I'm ready for the wax and grease remover. And they supply these rags as well, so you just saturate one of them, wipe it on, and then have a clean dry one to wipe it back off. Hopefully removing any kind of contaminants. I know there's a few spots that had like some gummy stuff on there. And I know when we were disassembling this thing, I dang near coated this whole thing in PB Blast or penetrating fluid. So we're really going to rub it down with this and make sure we get that all cleaned off. Alright, I got it all degreased and cleaned up. Now I think we're ready to apply the Poppy's Patina Wipe On Gloss Clear Coat. Let's go. Alright, so we got to mix this up, and it calls for an 8-to-1 ratio. We got to get this shook up really well. Now I opted for the gloss clear coat. You could also get a matte finish. And you could also combine those two and get like a satin finish. So 8-1. Let's go. In there. And then we gotta stir this really good. Now it says it has a pot life of about 2 hours, but on applying it, it says once you wipe it on, you don't want to re-wipe or touch the spot that you wiped after about 15 seconds. So once we wipe it on, we only got about 15 seconds to finish the application, make sure we've got it the way we want it, and then we can't touch it until it cures. Alright, well, it does say in the directions to kind of start in an inconspicuous location and so you get the hang of it. I don't think there is an inconspicuous location on this car. So I'm just going to start right up here on the roof. And it says you could dump this into a paint tray to help get it on the applicator. We're going to try to just dump it right in here. I should put gloves on first though. Alright, I'm just going to go for it here. And we'll soak this thing and then let the excess run off. Alright, here we go. Now it's kind of hard for me to even see because it's so bright in here with these lights over this white that it's hard to see if this is going on uniform or not. Now I know there's some room for air as if this is supposed to be self-leveling. So it should level out somewhat over these little imperfections in the paint here. Sorry, I'm focusing so hard that I'm not even talking. But I'm just going to do my best to wipe this on as evenly as I can. Oh, there's something kind of grabbed right there. Hopefully I got that cleaned up. There's something on the roof. Right there. I'll try to keep this even as possible, but I guess this is, all you do is just wipe it on. Let the product do its thing. Alright. Now I hope I got that roof covered completely. Most of the applications I've seen, oh, it's running down the window, I better get that. They say for cleaning up a mess, you just need a little acetone. So I'll probably have to get some to clean up that spot. In most of the videos on YouTube, I've seen people applying this. To get that really good look, takes about 2 coats. So I might be doing a second coat on this. Alright, we're just going to move right to the hood here and get this laid out. Oops, I went on a little thick. I might got some runs there. Now, like I was saying, these top surfaces, they may need a second coat to really get that thick, glossy look. But, and you gotta let it cure for 24 hours. So we'll get this all coated, and then we'll see what it looks like and debate if we're gonna come back and do a second coat or not. Now I can see some streaking, and I'm hoping that's just the product before it self-levels, and the streaking will go away. After it dries and levels. Alright, onto this side. Shit. Alright, we got it all coated down with that Poppy's Patina. Now, like I thought, some of the spots are looking a little dry and streaky. Let's see if you can see any of that in the reflection. Of course, it's still drying, so some of that might go away. But I may have to scuff it lightly and add a second coat to really get that shiny clear coat. We'll see if these streaks go away when it's all dried and cured. But a lot of this looks really good and flat. The roof. But we'll have to wait and see, because there is a lot of spots that have runs. So I was applying it kind of thick. So we'll see how much of that self-levels and the streaks go away. But yeah, definitely as I go around this, I could see some streaking and some runs. So let's hope that dissipates a bit as it dries. Otherwise, we'll be doing a second coat. But man, that really does bring a lot of these different colors out. And gives it a nice shine. So I'll go ahead and let this dry overnight, and we'll take another look at it tomorrow and decide what the ultimate plan will be for it. But yeah, looking pretty good. Alright guys, it's the next day. It's all dry and cured. I want to go ahead and pull it out into the sun and really take a close look at it. We'll go around and take a look, and I'll point out some of the good and the bad. Well, I have to say overall it is an improvement and I do like it, but really this thing was a pain in the butt to apply, and if you didn't have a patina paint job you would really be upset. I mean, one thing I noticed is the streaking, and it's hard to really see, but I'll try to look down the side here. You can kind of see it almost looks like paintbrush strokes. That's where the applicator got a little dry, or the material was really thin and dry. And then there's other spots, see if I can see it here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh yeah, so here's a spot on the hood. Try to get the reflection right there. You can see the big old run. When you get too much material, it just pours down. It's really thin, and this stuff dries so fast. So once you wipe it down, you only got 15 seconds or so before you cannot touch it again. So if there's runs, you got to immediately wipe them, or if your material is too thin, you got to reapply. But after 15 seconds, you can't even touch it, or you're going to mess up the product. So it dries so fast, and it's either running or too thin. But if you're able to get the application on here just right, it looks really great. Of course, spraying it on here would have had a better result, but here's some more of those streaks. You can kind of see some like streaks or paint strokes almost if you're looking in the reflection down there. But when you get up stuff like up here on the top, I mean, it looks great. It's just a beautiful shine. And some of these, you know, up on the top of the fenders really looks good. Like, you know, it's really hard to see out here, I guess, with the shine, but some of it really looks good. And overall, the whole thing's sealed and protected now. If I had the option of spraying it on, I would do that. But some of this turned out really good. Some parts not so good. I mean, it did add like a layer of protection and a nice shine. We'll be able to just wipe it down. Yeah, you can kind of see that shine across the door there, across the hood. Yeah. So for the price point, and if you're got a rat rod or a patina car, definitely worth it. If you can spray it on, do so. But with this patina, you can't really see those flaws and it looks good. So in conclusion, or my final thoughts, for this application, it's definitely a win. The Poppy's Patina Gloss Clear Coat works great on this kind of application where we've got imperfections and flaws in the paint already. So any mistakes in the patina clear coat that I applied are unnoticeable. And overall, it's protecting what we've got and it looks great. You may notice that the bed is all loaded because tomorrow we're going to attempt to drive this car for the first time in over 29 years. So make sure to watch that video. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. And of course, I want to give a huge shout out to all my members. I couldn't do this without you guys. Together with your membership, we're getting these old cars back on the road, one piece at a time. And the rest of you better hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave me a comment about this product. What do you think? And well, until next time, peace.